Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these Abraham Lincoln pennies that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we have an extraordinary find to discuss, the United States 1-cent coin from 1973. You might be thinking, what makes a simple penny from 1973 so special? Well, stick around because this seemingly ordinary coin has a surprising secret that could make it worth a small fortune. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Let's begin by setting the stage. The 1-cent coin, or penny, is one of the most commonly circulated coins in the United States. People have seen it, used it, and tossed it aside in their daily lives without giving it a second thought. But here's where it gets interesting. While most 1-cent coins from 1973 are not worth much more than their face value, there are some rare exceptions that make them highly valuable to collectors. Now, let's talk about the history behind the 1973 penny. In 1973, the United States was in the midst of an interesting economic and cultural period. The country was adjusting to the effects of the Vietnam War, the civil rights movement was still echoing across the nation, and the world was witnessing a shift in global politics and economics. It was a time of change, and the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins to meet the needs of a growing economy. The 1-cent coin from 1973 was part of this coinage, and while it may have seemed like just another penny at the time, it holds a deeper significance in the world of numismatics today. The design on the penny hasn't changed much over the years. It still features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, with his portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has remained a staple in U.S. coinage since its introduction in 1909. But what makes the 1973 penny so special? The key lies in its rarity, its condition, and the potential for minting errors. While many of these coins were mass-produced, only a few survived in pristine condition. Most of the 1973 pennies have been circulated heavily, showing signs of wear and tear. The real treasure, however, lies in those that were never used or remained in uncirculated condition. Now, here's where things get really exciting. The true value of the 1973 penny is often tied to its grade and condition. Coin collectors, known as numismatists, are always on the lookout for coins that are free from scratches, dents, or signs of heavy circulation. An uncirculated penny, especially one from a year like 1973, can command a significant price if it's in perfect condition, but that's not all. There are certain variations of the 1973 penny that could make it even more valuable. For instance, there are reports of rare 1973 pennies with specific minting errors, such as double strikes or misprints, which make these coins stand out from the rest. Collectors are particularly interested in coins that have these kinds of unique characteristics because they are considered one-of-a-kind items that cannot be replicated. The 1973 penny is also notable because of some specific minting errors that occurred that year. A few pennies were struck with misaligned dies, causing the images on the coin to be off-center or distorted. Some 1973 pennies have even been found with die cracks or other unusual features, which can greatly increase their value. These errors are often highly sought after by collectors because they add a layer of rarity and intrigue to an already unique coin. So, you may be wondering, how much could a 1973 penny be worth? Well, the answer might surprise you. While most of these coins are worth only a few cents, a 1973 penny in mint condition could fetch a substantial amount. Coins with minting errors, or those that are part of special variants, can skyrocket in value, with some even reaching prices as high as $57,000. Yes, you heard that right, $57,000. That's the incredible value of a rare 1973 penny that is in mint condition or features a unique error. If you happen to find one of these gems, you could be holding onto a small fortune, and it might be worth more than just pocket change. So, the next time you go through your coin jar or stumble across some loose pennies, take a closer look at that 1973 coin. It might just be the hidden treasure you've been waiting for. And remember, condition is key. If your coin is well preserved or has one of those rare minting errors, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating coin and want to dive deeper into the world of rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest discoveries. Top 2, we're going to talk about a coin that's often overlooked by casual collectors but has the potential to bring in a surprising amount of money. I'm talking about the United States 1-cent coin from 1976. You might be thinking, a penny from 1976? Isn't that just worth a cent? Well, sit tight, because this coin has a lot more to offer than meets the eye. You're about to discover why this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's start by taking a quick look at the historical context. The year 1976 was significant in American history. It marked the United States bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the nation's independence. To celebrate this milestone, the U.S. Mint issued special coins, including a redesigned quarter, half-dollar, and even the 1-cent coin. These coins were part of the bicentennial series, and although they were produced in large quantities, some of these pennies have become highly sought after by collectors today. The design of the 1976 penny is essentially the same as earlier versions, with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, what made the 1976 coin stand out was the bicentennial logo that was added to the reverse of some denominations, including the quarter and half-dollar. While the penny itself didn't receive the bicentennial redesign, the year 1976 still holds particular importance for collectors, making any 1976 coin a potential gem.so. What exactly makes the 1976 1-cent coin special, and why should you care? Well, like many other coins, the value of a penny is determined by its rarity, condition, and any potential minting errors. The 1976 penny, being part of such a significant year in U.S. history, has become a collector's item, especially when it comes to coins that have been preserved in excellent condition. While most 1976 pennies are common and only worth their face value, there are a few rare versions that stand out for their extraordinary value. The first factor to consider is the coin's grade. Coins that have been in circulation for a long time, like those from 1976, often show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and other damage from handling. The value of a coin dramatically increases when it is in pristine, uncirculated condition. If you happen to have a 1976 penny that looks almost as good as the day it was minted, then congratulations. Your coin is already off to a great start, but that's not all. There are certain 1976 pennies that have minting errors, which can make them even more valuable. For example, a few 1976 pennies were struck with a misaligned die, which caused the design on the coin to appear off-center. This is a very rare error, and coins with such flaws are highly prized by collectors. Other potential errors could include double strikes or unusual patterns, which make these coins unique and worth a lot more than face value. Now, let's talk about the value. While most 1976 pennies are worth a few cents, those that are in mint condition or have errors can be worth much, much more. In fact, a rare 1976 penny with a minting error or one that's been preserved in pristine condition could fetch an incredible $53,000. That's right, $53,000. This is the potential value of a single 1976 penny that is in perfect condition or features an error. So, if you've got a jar of loose change or have inherited some old coins, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at those 1976 pennies. You never know, what seems like a simple coin could be a hidden treasure. To wrap things up, the 1976 1-cent coin might seem like just another penny at first glance, but when you take into account its historical significance, rarity, and the potential for minting errors, it becomes clear that this coin is far more valuable than most people realize. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting to explore the world of numismatics, a 1976 penny with the right condition or error could be your ticket to a small fortune. Top 3. In this video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1978 United States 1-cent coin, yes, the humble penny. While most people dismiss pennies as just small change, the 1978 penny has a secret worth uncovering. You'll want to stick around because what we're about to talk about could change how you view this tiny coin forever. The 1978 penny, much like other years, features Abraham Lincoln's famous portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While it may look like an ordinary coin to most, the story behind it is far more interesting than you might think. You see, the 1978 penny came at a time when the U.S. economy was experiencing significant changes. Inflation was on the rise, and the nation was dealing with the aftermath of the 1970s energy crisis. However, while all of this was happening in the background, something was brewing within the world of coin production, a rare set of coins that would soon capture the attention of collectors. In the 1970s, the U.S. Mint was producing large quantities of pennies to meet the needs of everyday transactions. But here's the thing, many of these coins were mass-produced and circulated widely. Most 1978 pennies are just like any other pennies you'd find in your change jar, worn down from years of handling, with scratches and discoloration. These coins aren't worth more than a few cents. So, why are collectors so interested in the 1978 penny? The answer lies in a few key factors: condition, rarity, and minting errors. While the 1978 penny was minted in large numbers, very few coins from this year survived in mint condition. Most of them have been used for decades, showing obvious signs of wear. But here's the good news for collectors: when you find a penny from 1978 that is in uncirculated, pristine condition, you found something very special. A coin that looks just as if it were freshly minted can be extremely valuable, but it's not just the coins in excellent condition that attract attention. There are specific 1978 pennies that have rare minting errors, making them even more valuable. One of the most sought-after variations is a coin that has been struck with a misaligned die. This means that the coin's design isn't perfectly centered, which results in a fascinating off-center image. Collectors pay top dollar for these types of error coins, as they are unique and can't be found anywhere else. Another possible error is the presence of double die markings, where part of the design appears to be duplicated or shifted. This happens when a coin is struck more than once, resulting in a slight overlap of the design. These kinds of errors can make a 1978 penny incredibly rare, and that rarity increases the value exponentially. So, how much could a 1978 penny really be worth? Most 1978 pennies aren't worth more than their face value, but for those that are in exceptional condition or have unique minting errors, the price can be staggering. If you've got an uncirculated 1978 penny, or even better, one with a rare error, you could be holding onto a coin worth much more than a penny. In fact, some of these rare 1978 pennies have been known to fetch an astonishing $51,000, yes, you heard that right, $51,000. That's the incredible value of a 1978 penny that's in mint condition or features a unique minting error. So, the next time you're going through your spare change, take a moment to check the 1978 pennies you have. If they're in pristine shape or show signs of a rare error, you might be holding onto a true treasure. As always, condition is key when it comes to the value of a coin. If you have any 1978 pennies, take a good look at them, keep them in a safe place, and make sure they don't get damaged. Even a tiny scratch or dent can lower their value significantly. If you're not sure about the condition of your coin or think you might have a rare one, it's a good idea to consult with a professional numismatist or coin dealer who can evaluate its worth. To sum it up, the 1978 1-cent coin may look like just another penny, but with the right condition and potential minting errors, it can turn into something much more valuable. A rare 1978 penny could be worth thousands of dollars, and in some cases, even $51,000 if you're lucky enough to have one of these special coins in your collection. Top 4. We're going to talk about a coin that many of you may overlook in your spare change, but believe me, it's worth a closer look. I'm talking about the 1979 United States 1-cent coin, yes, the simple penny. You might think, how could a penny from 1979 be worth anything more than a couple of cents? Well, stick around, because what we're about to uncover may surprise you. the 1979 1-cent coin might look like just another penny, but it's packed with history. Produced in large quantities by the U.S. Mint, it was part of the coinage that circulated throughout the country during a pivotal time in American history. The 1970s were a decade of change in the United States. The nation was emerging from the turbulence of the Vietnam War and the social upheavals of the 1960s. Meanwhile, the economy was in a constant state of flux, with inflation rising and the US dollar facing a series of challenges. Despite all of this, the 1979 penny was still produced in huge numbers to keep up with the demand for low-value coins. Now, you might wonder, why is a coin that was mass-produced back in the late 70s so valuable today? Well, that's where things get interesting. The key to understanding the value of the 1979 penny lies in its condition, rarity, and the possibility of minting errors. Like many coins from this era, most 1979 pennies are still circulating in people's coin jars or wallets and have seen their fair share of wear and tear. Scratches, discoloration, and dents are common on these coins. But here's the catch: when you find one in pristine condition, you've stumbled upon a coin that could be worth a small fortune. Coins in mint condition are always in high demand among collectors. Whether it's a penny from the 1970s or any other era, the value increases dramatically when the coin looks as though it just came from the US Mint. If you happen to come across a 1979 penny that is uncirculated, with no signs of use or damage, you may have a rare treasure on your hands. Coins like this are considered highly valuable because of their rarity. Most 1979 pennies have been used over and over, but those that remain in perfect condition are far fewer, making them more desirable and worth much more than a mere penny. But there's more to the 1979 penny than just its condition. Some of these pennies were struck with minting errors, which makes them even more valuable. One of the most sought-after errors for collectors is the double die variety. Double die coins occur when the die used to strike the coin misaligns slightly, creating a doubled effect on the design. This can result in two distinct images or details being visible on the coin, making it a unique and rare piece. For a coin like the 1979 penny, this error is highly prized and can lead to a significant increase in its value. Additionally, there are other types of minting errors that can occur, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, which can make the coin even rarer and more valuable. These types of errors are the reason why some collectors go on the hunt for pennies from specific years. They know that even a small mistake during the minting process can lead to a coin that is worth far more than its face value. So, how much could a 1979 penny be worth? Well, the answer might surprise you. While most 1979 pennies are worth just 1 cent, a coin that is in uncirculated condition or has a minting error could be worth far more. In fact, some rare 1979 pennies have sold for as much as $48,000. That's right, $48,000. Imagine finding a penny worth that much money just sitting in your collection or pocket change. It might sound unbelievable, but that's the incredible potential of the 1979 1-cent coin. If you've been hanging on to some old pennies, now's the time to take a second look at them. Carefully inspect your 1979 pennies for any minting errors or unusual features. You just might be holding on to a coin that could fetch thousands of dollars. As always, when dealing with rare coins, condition is everything. Even minor signs of wear can dramatically reduce the value of a coin, so if you come across a 1979 penny that's in excellent condition, treat it carefully. If you think you might have found a rare coin, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional coin dealer or numismatist. They can help you determine its authenticity and value, and you'll know exactly what you've got in your hands. In conclusion, the 1979 penny might seem like a simple coin, but for those who know what to look for, it can be a hidden gem. Whether it's the pristine condition or a rare minting error, this coin has the potential to be worth thousands of dollars, up to $48,000 for the right one. So, the next time you're going through your spare change, remember to check for those rare finds. You never know what could be hiding in your collection. Top 5 and last coin, we're diving into the world of one of the most underestimated coins in circulation, the 1980 United States 1-cent coin. You might think of pennies as just pocket change, something you toss aside without a second thought. But what if I told you that the 1980 penny could be worth way more than a single cent? In fact, some of these pennies have been known to fetch astronomical sums in the right condition. Stick around, because you're about to discover why the 1981-cent coin could be worth a lot more than you think. The 1980 penny was minted during a time of change in America. It was the beginning of the 1980s, a decade marked by economic shifts, political changes, and evolving cultural trends. In terms of coinage, the 1980 penny looked almost identical to the ones that had been produced for decades before it, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But while it may appear to be a regular penny to most, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. The primary reason why the 1980 penny stands out to collectors today is due to its rarity and the unique features that can make it a valuable find. When it comes to rare coins, condition is everything. Most of the 1980 pennies in circulation are well worn, with noticeable signs of use. They may have scratches, discoloration, or dings from years of being passed from hand to hand. So, you might be wondering, what makes these pennies worth anything at all? Well, here's where things get interesting. A 1980 penny in uncirculated condition is a true gem. Coins that have never been used or touched by human hands are incredibly rare, especially for a penny that's been around for decades. When you find one that's almost perfect, free of any signs of wear, you found something that collectors will go wild for. Uncirculated coins are highly sought after because they offer a snapshot of what the coin looked like when it was freshly minted. These coins are extremely rare, and their value increases exponentially because of their pristine condition. But wait, there's more. Beyond perfect condition, there are certain minting errors that can occur during the production of a coin, and these errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. For example, one of the most common errors that collectors look for is the double die error. This happens when a coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. If you find a 1980 penny with a double die error, you could be looking at a coin that's worth much more than its face value. There are also other types of minting errors that can make the 1980 penny more valuable. Some of these coins may have been struck off-center, which means that the design on the coin isn't perfectly aligned. This creates a unique visual effect that makes the coin stand out from the rest. Coins like these are incredibly rare, and because they are one of a kind, they tend to fetch higher prices among collectors. Similarly, coins with die cracks or other unusual marks can also be valuable because they are so different from standard issues. So, how much could a 1980 penny be worth? The truth is, most of these pennies aren't worth more than a single cent. But when you find one in perfect, uncirculated condition or with a minting error, the value can skyrocket. The rarest 1980 pennies, with errors or in pristine condition, have been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $44,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $44,000 for a single 1980 penny. It's hard to believe that a penny that was once used to buy candy or a pack of gum could be worth that much, but it's true. Whether it's because of its perfect condition or because of a rare minting error, a 1980 penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, next time you're going through your change jar, don't just dismiss those 1980 pennies. Take a good look at them. If they're in excellent condition, free from wear, or have an unusual design flaw, you may just have discovered a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. If you're unsure about the condition of your coin or think you found something rare, it's always a good idea to have it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or numismatist. They can help you determine its authenticity and value, giving you a clearer picture of what you might have in your hands. In conclusion, the 1981-cent coin might seem like a run-of-the-mill penny to the average person, but for those who know what to look for, it can be worth a small fortune. With its potential for minting errors and the rarity of uncirculated examples, this coin can fetch up to an incredible $44,000 for the right specimen. So, keep your eyes peeled and your coin jar handy. You just might find a $44,000 penny in your next coin hunt.